Alright, today's project is get this wiring mess, 98.7 light bulbs into the back of the gauge cluster. Everything hooked up. And get the wires all up underneath the dash here, and then get the gauge cluster back into the car where it belongs. I think I got everything I need. Got the Christmas light switch here. We got the high and low beam switch here. Got the ignition switch here. Yeah, gotta have a flasher. Go right, go left light. I got my handy dandy 12-volt tester deal. And I got the old voltage meter. Okay, but I could spend probably an hour or two tracing wires and making sure that everything is the right color, going to the right spot and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use this nice color-coded wiring diagram made just for this car. 56 Fairlane. Everything's color-coded, labeled where it goes. It's going to make the job a whole lot easier for about $20 on the interweb for that thing, compared to, I don't know, maybe an hour or two making sure I get everything hooked up the right way and every wire goes to where it's supposed to go. The nice thing is the guy that had the car before me spent a little money and bought the right wiring harness for this car. All the right colors, the correct connections, all the right light bulbs for the back of the gauge cluster. Everything is there. All I got to do is hook it up and get it stuffed up underneath the dash and put this gauge cluster in. I'm gonna hook up the speedometer. I guess I got to do that too. You know how fast we're going down the street there when we get pulled over. So that's what I'm going to get started on right now. Alright, first thing I did was separate all the wires for each switch, gauge cluster, according to the wiring diagram. And I think the guy that drew this wiring diagram is the same guy that drew the map for my dispatcher. But anyways, so I got the ignition switch all hooked up. Alright, now I'm going to do the Christmas light switch. I'm going to get that hooked up according to the wiring diagram. And then I have the dimmer switch. Okay, that wire is back behind the carpet. That's where the dimmer switch goes. And then Christmas light switch and the ignition switch all go into this little housing, and that goes up into here. So you got ignition down here and lights up there. You get the bezels and the fastener and all that stuff in here. So onto the light switch. Well, a couple hours later and some swear words, got her all back together. Got to button up the heater housing there. A couple of screws in that. But we got it. Got it all done. High low beam light right up in here. No, it's not. The headlights ain't on. Horn works. That's it. It's all she wrote. Got to mention the clock. That's still ticking away. Get it in focus here. There she is. Right on the money. Alright, after getting my gauges all set up, my wiring on the gauges and stuff, had an issue with the parking lights. And those Fords, the ground is this here. It's supposed to press into the hole. Well, I bought new sockets and wiring for this, and it just doesn't stay in there to make a good ground. It works itself loose, and you try to knock it in there, and there's just not enough room there to make it press in there like it's supposed to. It's probably worn out over the years. So I come up with hopefully a solution to fix this. Went down a bucket of crap and found this washer, which I will put over the wire, just like that. Put over the wire. I drilled a couple of holes in it, in the washer, 1/4 Got out the old Threadmaker 6000. And what I'm going to do is drill a couple of holes in the housing here, both sides, to match. And then bring the bolts in from the other side to hold this in there, and that'll hold that socket in there really nice. That's the plan. We'll see. Alright. I got my socket done. There's the bolts on the inside. They don't interfere with anything. Cleaned up everything in the hole and around the socket. Pulled it down nice and tight in there. So that's going to be my ground. And as long as you got a good ground to the body where it bolts up there, you should have no issues with the ground. Good to go. Hope that helps somebody out there with these cars if they've replaced these sockets, or if they're having an issue with the ground, or just falling out. Because the other side here, when you go to put the bulb in there, what was happening was it was just pushing right out through there. So this should fix the problem. We'll get to the other side done and we'll try it out. All right, I got the parking lights all done. All good, ground nice and bright. Everything works. Turn signals. Looks good. I wanted the parking lights to stay on with the headlights. I know that's not the way it's supposed to be, but I kind of like the parking lights on. I might go back to the white parking lights. I put the amber in there just for now to see what it looks like. But, all right, that'll do it for today.